what's up? It's William from Rocket Zero and welcome to another pixel art tutorial. In this pixel art tutorial, we're going to be building Katana from the new movie Suicide Squad. So what do we need for this girl, which was designed by the look description down below. Go check him out, he's really talented. So let's get back to Katana. We need some black wool, red wool, white stained clay, white wool, light gray wool, and then of course some yellow wool. And now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool and we're going to place 4 blocks. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place 1 extra dot, then a red. Next to this red, we're going to go up by 2 blocks. So make sure you guys have that. That's going to be her first foot. And then what we're going to do next is that we got to place another red block. And then on top of that red block, we're going to place 1 block. So make sure you guys have this. The reason I keep placing those blocks is just so it's easier to place the block that's going to be diagonal to it. So make sure you guys have this for Katana. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to place 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then we're going to go down by 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So there we have Katana's legs. Now what we're going to do next is that we're now finally going to use the red wool for real. We're going to place 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to grab our white stained clay. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to grab our light gray wool. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to grab our white wool. And you guessed it, 1, 2, 3. And then our white stained clay, 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Make sure you have this for your Katana so far. She's looking really good. Actually, not good at all. She doesn't even look like a person. But the pixel art's coming along nicely, so let's keep at it. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And to the left. Then we're going to grab our red wool and we're going to place 1 block here. 1 here. And right below this red one, we're going to go all the way to our yellow and we're going to place 2 blocks. So there we go. Now, what's going to happen next is that we are going to grab our black wool and we're going to place 5 blocks this time. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 extra block to the right, and then 2 blocks right here. We're going to grab our red wool and we're going to place 1, 2, and then a 3rd block right here. So this is what we have for our Katana so far. Pause it if you need to. If you heard that weird noise, I was just moving the mic. So I'm sorry if your headset kind of bugged you for a second. That was just readjusting the mic. But now back to this pixel art. What we're going to do is that we're going to grab our black wool. And we're going to place 1, 2, 3. And then 1 block right there. Now we're going to start building the sword that she holds. I can't talk. We're going to be building the sword that she holds. That's how you say it. So we're going to grab, I guess, a white stained clay and then a black wool right here. Get rid of that. And then a white stained clay. And then we're going to go 1 and 2. Take this out. So make sure her arm is looking like this. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to place 1 block right below. And then 1, 2, 3. Take this block out. And then we're going to go doop. And that's going to be her hand for her sword. Now we got to give her a hand. And it's going to be her white stained clay. And then a black wool. So now let's take a step back. This is what we have so far for Katana. I hope I'm saying that right. Now we're going to grab our light gray wool for her like samurai sword, which I guess that's what she is, or her katana. I think katana's a type of sword. That's her name. So we're going to be building her katana, I hope. And we're going to go up by 14 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then the last block is going to be a piece of white wool, and that's going to be her sword, and it's massive. It's almost as tall as the whole character. So make sure you guys have this so far before we start working on the neck. And like usual, we're going to go behind and we're going to place 1 block right here just to give it some depth. And we're going to place 3 blocks just like that. Now we're going to bring him back to the front. And we're going to move this all the way to the right until it stops right above this red block. And the same thing on this side all the way towards the left until it stops at that red block. Now just to make sure, it should be 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. Now we need to do 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there we go. This is what Katana's looking like so far. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to grab our white wool and we're going to go up by 4 blocks on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go all the way to this side and we're going to go up by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to do a row on the bottom. Now we're going to grab our black and we're going to place 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're going to grab our gray wool. We're going to place 1 block. Then we're going to switch it to our light gray wool. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then 1 in the middle. We're going to grab our black and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 2 blocks. And then a gray wool. We're going to grab our white, 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 and white. No, that's not white. That's light gray wool and light gray wool. So make sure you guys have this so far. She wears like a bandana over her head with like little eye holes. So that's what we're doing now. I still haven't seen the movie. Really want to see it. Looks pretty fun. What's going to happen next is that we're going to grab our white wool and replace 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to place 1, 2. Just like that. Now what we're going to do next is that we are going to grab our white wool and we're going to make a whole row over here. Just like that. Then right here we're going to place 1, 2. And 1 extra block here. So this is what you should have for Katana so far. Pause it if you need to. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our red wool and replace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She has like a big red dot, I guess because she might be Japanese. I'm hoping that's what the custom's supposed to like say, that hey, I'm Japanese, so mess with me. But I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. So now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our white wool and we're going to drag it all the way towards the left right here. And then we're going to go 1, 2. And then we're going to go up, up. And we're going to drag it across and then up just like that. So that's what her like face should look like before we add any of the hair, which we're going to do next. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Let's take a farther step back so that she's all in the frame. Now let's go give her a haircut. She has a pretty cool haircut, honestly. It's kind of like short, so I don't know. Kind of interesting. So now we're going to grab, before we do the hair, let's go give her her little like sword stash where she hides it away. So it's going to be 6 blocks going downwards diagonally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So just make sure it doesn't touch the ground and it sits going diagonally downwards or upwards, depending on how you look at it. Just make sure it looks like this. Now let's go give her her hair. So we're going to grab her black wool and we're going to place 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to place 1 black wool here. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Then we're going to go black. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Left and up. Make sure you guys have this. I'm going to go really slowly over this part because this is kind of complicated because all the black is going to blend in. So just make sure you have this so far. So once again, it's going to be 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to move this all the way towards the left. And we're going to place 1, 2. Then we're going to place a black wool here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So make sure you guys have this so far. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to place 1 black wool. And then on top of that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go down and to the left. Down and to the left. And add an extra block. So make sure the top part looks like this. Now we're going to stop right there and we're going to go down here and we're going to add 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place a black one. Black wool. I tried to say black one instead black wool, so a black wool. We're going to place a black wool there, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to top it off just like that, and then here we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go to the right, 1, 2. So make sure her hair outline looks just like this before we fill it in. So I do apologize if that was a bit confusing, but it's just really hard when it's just all the same shape. So just make sure it looks like this, or just rewind a bit, and you should be caught up. So now what we're going to do is that we're just going to go fill it in with some black wool, and we'll be out of here. This is a pretty short tutorial. A lot shorter than the guitar one. I think that one was almost like 14 minutes. This is going to be a little bit less than that. Couple more blocks to go. And let me know what you guys thought of this move, if it was good or not, but try not to spoil it for everybody, because that's not nice. But if you like the movie, let me know. Tell me if it's worth going to go see. I still haven't seen it, so, but probably will. Harley Quinn looks really cool in this movie, so Margot Robbie, she's something nice to look at. Just really pretty. So she's also a great actress, so good for her. So there we go. Probably gonna go see the movie later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't, and as always, tell your friends about us, and we'll see you next time.